Juniors, battling side by side virtually every lap for Tom Leben and Bailey Voisin. And because of them finishing first and second on the road yesterday, they get first and second on the grid today as well. Elite Motorsport versus R Racing. First podium for the young Spaniard Tommy Pintos yesterday. He'll start from third position alongside Josh Rattigan, who changed teams prior to the Croft event. Seb Hopkins and Will Aspin in their very striking Elite Motorsport liveried cars. Georgi Dimitrov needing to beat Leben to keep the rookie championship alive, going to Brands Hatch alongside Joel Pearson. It's Tom Edgar and Aston Miller on the next row, and row 6 is Josh Miller and Trennan Bettany. We have Will Jenkins and Liam McNeely joining Will Rochford and Freddie Tomlinson for the 62R Racing squad. Will Vincent and Rowan Vincent, no relation, although they're both from the town of Woking. James Higgins and Joe Wheeler at the back. And his first weekend, we welcome Joe Warhurst for TCR number 95 at the back of the field. So the cars are on their green flag lap. Temperature's still not very warm, Paul O'Neill. These cars are on treaded Michelin tyres as well. They're going to be like concrete for the first few laps. Well,
yeah, you say that. You know, they're actually a cool tyre, to be fair. They seem to be, compliant with whatever conditions the juniors throw at them, which is basically a load of teenagers, mate. So 14 to 17-year-olds, go and have a bit of a play on some road tyre Michelins, and good luck. That's what we say to them. But when we say that, Johnny, they are like the best things ever. So great to see some new names and great to see some great liveries.
Yeah, I mean, they really do benefit from the slipstream effect as well. We got the Senna Straight and the Bentley Straight here at Snetertton, and whereas some of the other classes yesterday got strung out, these cars were bunched together all the way through the 9 laps or so. We've got about 30 miles of competitive action to look forward to, and Leben is going to have some pressure on. He's got the title to think about as far as the rookies is concerned, but there's no doubt about he's going for the main gig as well.
Yeah, exactly, and he's been the star of the season. That striking red livery from Elite has been amazing. It's usually yellow. You can see his teammate Pintos there in the background, but absolutely amazing. He has got some big things to think about. What do you do, actually? Do you think rookie, or do you think big title? Well, he's on the pole, so I'm thinking he's thinking big title, isn't he?
Well, he's got a certain Bailey Voisin, the Swiss-born Brit, on his outside in the number 22 grey car. It's the red and the black of Elite Motorsport from pole position. This will be the 9th time that Tom has started from pole position, although this is courtesy of a result yesterday rather than the qualifying times, remember. So 9 laps for round 19 of the Michelin Ginetta Junior Championship here at Snetertton. All 21 cars are in position, 14 to 17-year-olds. What on earth could possibly go wrong over the next 20 minutes or so? Let's hope that they get a good start into the first corner. Oh, there's already a little bit of touching and nibbling there from Bailey Voisin, but Tom Leben does get the jump. Good getaway as well from Will Aspin in the blue car. He stuck round in the middle, and Josh Rattigan, 21 car round the outside, slots in a second place just ahead of Voisin.
Oh, Rattigan had a big look then, and he's having a big look for the lead, is he? Oh, he brakes so late, but Leben's got it all under control, and all under control is about what's happening in the midfield. There's cars everywhere. That's Vincent. Is it? Everyone's going off.
Yeah, Will Vincent in the yellow, the second of the yellow Elite cars. Also, it looked like the blue car. Will Aspin briefly on the turf as well, but he found the grip just about. He's rejoined in front of the first of the Richardson Racing cars, which is Georgi Dimitrov, and a grassy moment for Josh Miller in the green and black. This is just typical Ginetta Junior Racing, let's face it. Red car, Tom Leben, who leads the field then from Josh Rattigan, who started 4th. He's up to 2nd and ahead of former teammate Bailey Voisin. Tommy Pintos, the 14-year-old from Madrid in Spain, first podium of the season yesterday. He's still punching well above his earlier form in the season. They're in 4th spot as they head into Oggies for the first time.
Yeah, look at that. They were 3 abreast as well going into there. But they all seem to have sorted themselves out. This is what you were saying about the big long straights, Johnny. This is where you get the slipstream. They got rear wings on these cars, but they don't do anything for rear downforce. They just upset the air behind them. So basically, they're creating a better tow. Look at this. This is for the lead. This is Voisin Oh, sorry, no, that was Voisin, wasn't it, versus Pintos there for third and fourth.
Yeah, tagged on the back is Seb Hopkins in the bright orange car as well. I love those different lines down the Bentley straight. 2 cars clamped to the right-hand side, 3 cars to the left. They then all swung across to get into Brundle, vaguely on a racing line. I watched the big Ginettas earlier on today. We kind of had that crazy situation of some cars, I think, on slicks and some on the wet weather tyres. We don't have that issue in Ginetta Juniors because it's a road tyre they run, and practically now a dry track. They go through Bombhole, they go through Coram for the first time, and then leap on the brakes for Murray's, the left-hander, and it is Leben who will just about lead the first lap. But I think it'll be a surprise for him that it's Josh Rattiker, the Sheffield-based driver, who is applying the pressure this early on.
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? He's up 2 places, but you can see there in the 34. Leben just looking in his mirror, but Dimitrov is having a right look in his mirror, because Vincent in the 16 was looking round the inside, can't get the switch back. But look behind you, Captain, because you better watch out, my friend. You've got Miller, he's trying to get down the inside of you as well.
Yeah, Dimitrov looking really to gain places so he can keep the rookie battle alive. He's got 1 car behind him minus a headlight. That is Will Aspin, who'd already found the weeds on the opening lap. He's got exactly the same line this time as well. And I think therefore gaining a place is Aston Miller in the 70 car. Yes, he's now ahead of Dimitrov in the 23, so Miller up to 6th place.
Trent and Bettany trying to go round the outside of Aspin. Aspin in the blue car, you can see with 1 headlight, like you rightly said, they're all over the place. They come down, people hip and shouldering each other. Bettany in the 41 there, getting in the side of people as they come down. Look, you can't choose them.
A square of tortured Michelin tyres, and they all turn left there at Agostini. I love this freight train at the head of the order as well. 5 cars, Leben, Rattiker, Voisin, Pintos and Hopkins, as bustling his way up the inside there was Freddie Tomlinson in the 62 car, up alongside 41, who is Trenan Bettany, as you said, fresh from the 3 Peaks Challenge this week, earning himself, or rather for charity, £12,000. So well done, young man there. He's originally from South Africa, so I reckon he took those mountains that we have in the UK in his stride, because those in South Africa are probably 3 times the height.
Yeah, I'd say we ain't got anything quite like Table Mountain, have we? But look at these guys, they're going 3 abreast as they come. The teammates now trying to get into each other. A little squeal in my ear from the Track FX, so I could hear something going on down there at the S's, and it was a real lock-up at the front of one of those cars, but they all got away with it. But look at them now, an array of colour heading towards your screen.
Through the Bombhole they go, the classic corner here at Snetertton, and then they snake their way towards Murray's, side by side for 9th place, a little bit further in the pack as well. So Bettany now trying to fend off Edgar, Tom Edgar, the 16-year-old from Belfast. Freddie Tomlinson's not very far away in the 62 either. He's 12th, with Jenkins just behind. That's Will Jenkins again from Elite. So side by side, coming out of the final corner, as it's almost serene up front, but still nose to tail between the top 5 Paul.
What a shot that was. Rattiker showing his intention. Has he got the lead? He has. He's took his teammate with him as well. Rattiker, Voisin, 1-2. Leben gone. Look at that, the 3rd one. Pintos is going to try and make it a 1-2-3. Is he down at the hairpin? He's going to have a look at it.
Trying to thread the eye of the needle is Pintos. He is certainly 4th. He's trying to squeeze into 5th place, into 3rd place rather as well. Up alongside Tom Leben, the former race leader. But the 2 grey cars, one for Elite and one for R Racing, have now bagged the top 2 spots. Voisin moves from 3rd to 2nd, but the new leader is Josh Rattigan in number 21. Seb Hopkins, for me, could do a bit in the orange and black car. He's just watching it all unfold in that 5th place position.
Do they know they've got to turn left here? Because they're like running along the white line. Look at this, you're going to have another change now. You've got the 22, you've got Voisin trying to have a look. But Rattigan, I tell you what, this ain't going to end very well. The 2 Elite cars getting into each other. Pintos into the side of Leben, and Hopkins, like you say, is going to think, oh, I'll have a go at this. Look at this, is he going to try and come through? Difficult one, that.
Pintos on the high side now of Leben, but the Spaniard could well look into a decent position. He's still lodged there in 4th place and needs to be wary of where Seb Hopkins is in his mirrors. A moment or 2 ago then, across the strike they went. The 2 grey cars, not the same team, remember, these days. Josh Rattigan switched to Elite. However, they worked together perfectly. A bit of bump drafting from Bailey Voisin, and that helped Rattigan along, but now Voisin repays a favour. Voisin's going to lead into Brundle. They all turn left then, and then Nelson, the right-hander, it's still door handle to door handle, and Tom Leben hasn't been the race leader for a little while. He he wants that back again.
No, elite versus our racing, like you rightly called. Some drivers changing in the middle of the season, and to tell you what, it's Hopkins for me in the orange car at the back of this, the number 18. Will just be looking at those 4 cars ahead saying, this is not going to stay the same as it is. It's definitely going to change, and these 2 straights are making this race amazing, because it's all about the toe and making sure you can lunge at the hairpin after turn 1. This is, look at this, it's a proper big snake now.
Also keeping my eyes behind, because Aston Miller's got ahead of Georgi Dimitrov. I thought Dimitrov might be able to reel the top quintet in, but he's lost another position. Voisin across the line and almost to the pit lane exit there. The 34 car in second is maybe going to sweep around the outside of Riches. Can he make that work? Surely he's going to be shoveled out onto the ripple strip. Yes, he is, but carries great momentum, and Pintos is off onto the grass. Wow, nearly 3 abreast.
Nearly, but look, Leben now, he's just having a look everywhere he can. It didn't move or work for him in turn 1, but he's definitely lived to fight another day. And I've got to say, the move that he tried to put on Voisin is he tries again. That's just going to put you on the outside. You're going to go on the grass there, mate.
Yeah.
It was always going to happen, and he might lose him a couple more places. But look at that, it looks like he's got an overlap still, so they go down. He's the only one on the right line, as the other guys are just trying to fight for track position. And tarmac front left lock up for Leben. He loses another spot.
Tom Leben doesn't care about a racing line. He's having to go 2 abreast around the whole of this nearly 3-mile circuit. He's slotted back into 3rd position now, behind Tommy Pintos. Best result of the season yesterday was a 3rd. He's now 1 better than that. So hit pause on the race, says Tommy Pintos. We can't though, because there's still this lap 4 more to go, as Josh Rattigan, who has led the race, remember, is back to 4th, although he's drawing level with the 34 car of Tom Leben. So just a little bit of a gap emerging between 2nd and 3rd. That will close up once more as they hit Bentley Straight.
Yeah, look at this again. The leader will always move, and wherever the leader goes, 2nd, 3rd and 4th place will follow, because they're just trying to get us. So we see in the background, don't know who that was, but that was really wide. But they're just trying to break the toe, because Pintos here could have a real good look. He just couldn't get underneath because Leben was there, and it nearly turned him round. But look now, Leben's having to defend, and this is just defence versus attack. And I really can't wait for the next few laps. This is amazing.
Can you really not wait? The bomb-hole right-hander is really only a single line, and they tuck into that natural racing line. But now when they get to Murray's, are we going to see them 2 abreast? Not quite, but having a nibble there is Tom Leben on the back of Pintos's yellow car, and running wide was, well, more so Vincent. That was Rowan Vincent in the Richardson racing car, kind of following the lead of the car in front there.
Yeah, Joe Wheeler, it looked like that had gone wide initially, and then you could see try to follow him through, but big old puddle going onto that big Bentley straight, wasn't it?
Well, that tells us how much rain we had overnight, and you really don't want to get out into the grass, as Tom Leben has found on several occasions. Seb Hopkins having a sneaky look at the inside, and Josh Rattigan there, and also in the background needing to be defensive was Tom Edgar. Now we need to keep an eye on Tom Edgar, because slowly he's been creeping his way up the order, now to 6th place ahead of Aston Miller, as Voisin still leads from Tommy Pintos and Tom Leben, but they're switching places all the time.
I'll tell you how interesting that battle is. It's because purple sectors for Pearson, who's down in 10th, he was 3.1 seconds quicker than anyone else, and he is like in 10th place. So the leaders are losing seconds and seconds and seconds because of this battle. And Edgar, like you say, 52 there in the background. The whole train are coming for them.
Yeah, because 5 cars all squabbling for the lead effectively, are not as quick as, let's say, a runaway leader scampering to a 10-second advantage. You never get that in juniors anyway, but no doubt about it, they're not travelling as quickly as they might if they were in clean air and not having to focus on the rear door mirrors. So Edgar is definitely getting closer, and he's bringing Aston Miller and Freddie Tomlinson with him in the 62. So the 3 cars that now become briefly a breakaway pack move from the left side of the Bentley Straight to the right. For Voisin's just trying to lose those cars behind him. He's trying left, he's trying right, but he cannot shake Pintos.
Pintos looks so fast. If this works, and it looks like it could do, if he hangs it round, what a move! Pintos, you legend! Oh, the Spaniard! Have some of that, Leben, he says. Great work. work.
Loads of contact through it as well. The car was moving around underneath Tommy Pintos. He's only 14. He's from Madrid in Spain, and he could be about to win his first race of his career. Great result yesterday. Snetertton has instantly become his favourite track.
He has been unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what this place is like against Spain, because he loves it here, and I hear he plays a mean air guitar. Richard John Neal was telling me yesterday he had a great celeb shot as he come out of the car for his first podium, and this is it, Johnny. He goes round the outside, and there was absolutely no answer for Voisin. He had no answer, and he lost another place to Leben, and Leben just thinks, nice one, you're my favourite Spaniard.
I mean, Brundle is a full commitment corner, coming off just about the longest straight. It is the longest straight in the UK, Bentley Straight, and then having to keep that racing line round the outside. But Leben now is queuing up for maybe a pass into the hairpin at Montreal, so deliberately Pintos goes a little bit too deep. That was to avoid the contact and get a better exit, I would have said. Voisin is in third and looking to pounce as well, adjusting the door mirror there, I notice, on the fly.
I know, unbelievable. Is that what you call these cars, the fly? I tell you what, Leben, that was made too easy. Pintos should have had that covered. I mean, he goes around the outside of someone at 100+ mile an hour and then lets them back down the inside at 20 mile an hour. So he's learnt. I don't think this is over, and I really think that Pintos is going to now try and attack.
You know why he's doing this? Because Pintos enjoyed that move around the outside of Brundle so much, he just wants to do it again on the next lap.
Yeah, to be honest, he's probably just bored, isn't he? Just let him through. And do you know what? I've just got to replicate what my director said in my ear. This is a great race. A lot of times we do see a bit of contact, and it's, you know, because the youngsters are learning, but this has been brilliant. Please don't let me down, boys and girls. This is amazing. Let's have it.
It's all Paul O'Neill's fault if it does go wrong from this point, but they have been so well behaved, as you said, but full-on entertainment as well. It would be great to get Tom Edgar involved, if possible, in the sixth place position, but he's still a little bit of a way off and has got his hands full in turn from Aston Miller and Freddie Tomlinson. So down towards Brundle. This is exactly where Pintos pulled his move, but he's about to have his move pulled on him by Bailey Voisin.
Oh, Voisin has done him, hasn't he? He's done him. As he's got a bit of an overlap, that's definitely got to be job done, is it? Oh, he's only just in front of him, and Pintos has been nice to him. He could lose 2 places here, number 77, because 21 is going to go past him. Rattikins can sense it, and Hopkins sense it. He's gone from the lead down all the way back now into 5th place. What a shame, but no, make that 4th. Is he down the inside back at Hopkins? Yes, he is, my friend.
Cracking move, late on the brakes, just a bit of trail braking to get the speed off, and then up the inside of Seb Hopkins he went. So Hopkins thinks, what do I need to do here? Just trying to get slightly better than 5th place he's got. Over the line they go. We've almost completed 3 races this weekend, and to this point, 0 retirements. On to lap 7, this one and 2 more therefore, as the similarly coloured, although now different teams, cars, Josh Rattigan and Bailey Voisin, continue to scrap out of riches sideways for Pintos as he leaves turn 1 there.
Well, it's now on your head, mate, because you just said that about the big retirement.
That's 1-1.
Yeah, well, it's you said it last, so now it's definitely your turn. But I tell you what, it's a shame for the guys behind, because this is such a great race out front, but it's definitely a great race behind as well. I can tell you that for nothing. Everyone, Pintos now looking like he might have a bit of an overlap. No, it's definitely hotting up again.
Joel Pearson's going so fast in the midfield. He's just set another quickest lap. That was a little while ago, wasn't it? On lap 4 of the 7, very nearly 7 that we have completed. Finally, we got a breakaway leader. Now, this is a rare thing. Tom Leben, I think, has broken the toe firmly now from Josh Rattigan, as everybody else looks to get involved in what is a battle for 2nd position. So Rattigan, Voisin, 77. Oh, of Tommy Pintos, who made some contact with the back of the Voisin car, I think, and that just lifted the bonnet briefly. It should whip back into place down the Bentley Straight, though.
Yeah, that's interesting. These bonnets, obviously, they remind me of a bit of an old Ford Fiesta, like a Mark 1, where the bonnet used to open up the other way. So these bonnets, they don't come up from the front, they actually come up from the back. So when he's on the brakes, it's like a windbreak. So hopefully, there you see, look, you can see it just flapping around. I hope he doesn't get the flag that tells him to come in, but the yellow car is definitely got a bit of a bonnet problem. Let's hope it stays together, but look, these are definitely staying together, and a great overlap. That's a great move. Can Rattigan get this done? Rattigan down the inside of Voisin. That is a great move. Pintos going to push him through. Pintos is going to make 2 places up, is he? lad.
Voisin on the grass, he's going to lose 1, 2 and possibly the third place, or rather fourth place to Seb Hopkins. Up the inside goes Hopkins in the orange and black car, and all of a sudden Voisin, having been second, finds himself at the back of this little gaggle and to 5th place.
He went in hot there, didn't he, Pintos? He went in with a load of oversteer. But every time, Voisin now has got another overlap, but on the outside of Hopkins. But the leader is well away, isn't he?
He is. And this is crucial to the championship. Not that the main championship can be decided today, but all of a sudden Lebanon is massively outscoring Bailey Voisin. The bonnet for Tommy Pintos is causing him troubles. I don't think he can see too well at the turning point for Riches there either. They sit fairly low down in these cars, and as you say, the way the bonnet lifts, it's actually compromising the whole of the visibility by about 50%.
You know what? That is a very good point, because you do sit very low in these cars, and it depends. I mean, I don't know whether it's sometimes you're in the tow and the turbulent air from the car behind is making that bonnet pop up, because it seems okay on the brakes, but at certain speeds and certain velocities it does seem to be rising up. So, and it's in the worst place possible. It's like, can you not just do that down the straights, because I need to turn in a minute and I can't see.
I think all the airflow is going through the wheel arches and just popping it up. It also happens under braking very badly indeed. How on earth does he know where to turn left at Agostini? He's just about judged it perfectly though. Seb Hopkins is in his wheel tracks, and now we definitely have many other cars involved in the fight, including Joel Pearson, who's getting that reward for that fastest lap earlier on in the race. Yeah,
and do you know what, on the Pintos thing here, I don't want to say this, but that is dangerous, because there could be a flag that young lad can't see. Yes. And also, you know, if there's something on track and he doesn't see it, that could be a problem. You know, I just hope that he can end the race safely, but they'll be looking at that. They'll be looking at that for sure.
Well, there might be a mechanical warning flag coming out. You won't be able to see that either, potentially. But hopefully they'll get the message to him if they want him to pit. It's safe in certain parts of the circuit, and then certainly not when he's going halfway down the Bentley Straight, about to be overtaken possibly on his left-hand side by the orange car of Seb Hopkins. No, Pintos is able to run with decent speed and also get his turn in perfect at Brundle. So Pintos losing ground on the top gaggle of cars, but is still there in 4th place as the 2 grey machines, the primer grey cars of Rattigan and of Voisin, break away now in 2nd and 3rd, but that remains a stomping battle.
So the ex-teammates here are having a right go at each other, aren't they? So Voisin trying to overcome Rattigan, and this is, they're getting very oversteery now as the tyres are heated up. I'm thinking you probably put a bit more pressure in the tyres than they usually would, and when you start moving across the front of people like that on a straight, that is very, very, very brave.
We didn't see the exit out of Murray's for Josh Rattigan, but I don't think it was the best, and he had to suddenly defend from one side of the track to the other. Bailey Voisin's carrying much more momentum out wide on the entry to Riches. It means he should be able to cut back tighter on the exit, but it's covered up by Rattigan, at least initially. They both dart to the right-hand side of the track, and Rattigan is super defensive here.
These drivers are definitely getting their entry fee paid for, aren't they, with this racing? They've used like probably every bit, actually the grass as well, they've used every bit of real estate here that Snetertton's got to offer. But yeah, it's definitely Leban's race, this one, but the rest of them, who are you going for 2nd place?
Hopkins, I reckon, who's something like 5th at the moment, but it could happen. Side by side between Rattigan and Voisin. Again, I think this is a neat little bit of gameplay from Bailey Voisin. He's getting more and more experience. He's 17 years old now, born in Geneva, but knows the British tracks like the back of his hand. And the 22 car carrying good speed onto this final lap. Tom Leban is 5 seconds clear from everybody else. This is a truly great display from the local boy from Bury St Edmunds.
I'm so happy that we're staying with this battle, because that battle for 2nd is all the way down to, I'd say, 14th.
Yeah, you're right.
Look at this. I told you, didn't I? The midfield were lapping so fast, like sometimes 3 seconds better than anyone. Look at, he must be looking in his rear mirror there, Leban, thinking, idiots.
The thing is, he really had to work for it in the first 2/3 of this race when he dropped to 4th. As Pintos now up the inside, forget about the bonnet, he's going to try and bag himself another podium, having done that yesterday. Side by side now through the right-hander at Nelson, now caught on the wrong side of the track, and he's going to get swamped from both sides. So Pintos getting his ears boxed there on the exit of the right-hander through a bomb hole, and Hopkins did get the jump on the 77 of Tommy Pintos. So driving around a fairly obvious problem. Now on the inside, Joel Pearson, who has the fastest lap of the race. But what about Tom Leben? Late move! Really late move from Pintos up the inside through the left-hander at Murray's. And there's Tom Leben then to get another win of the season. That will be win 5 of season 2020, and it makes it 4 on the bounce when you include Croft as well. But what about the scrap for second place? In the end goes to Josh Rattigan ahead of Bailey Boyce and Joel Pearson 4th.
I did see that. Joel Pearson had the fastest lap of the race, but he was in the mid-teens, wasn't he? And he's just come from nowhere. Look at the rest of them crossing the line. Oh, they look like they've been in a demolition derby on the PS1.
I think Pearson, when he set that fastest lap, was something like 8th place, and he managed to get, in the end, into the top 4. Tommy Pintos finishing as the second of the rookies, and third place going to the number 18 car of Seb Hopkins, also a rookie driver. So what that does also confirm, yes, a fabulous performance from Tom Leben, but also the Rookie Cup is sealed, because all that Leben needed to do was finish ahead of Georgi Dimitrov on the road.
Yeah, and he's done that, and that was an amazing, amazing effort. What a great win that was, because there was a few times, wasn't there, that it didn't look like it was on, and he got his head down, and that was proper stuff. Fair play. Absolutely no retirements. That's unreal. And across the line, Johnny, brilliant.
Yeah, he even had time to open the window and punch the air as he took the checkered flag, and a great display from Tom Leben then to take victory. As I said, that's 3 on the spin at his local track, and also 1 in North Yorkshire as well. It's a real rich vein of form that Tom Leben is in. 7.3 seconds is almost unheard of in the Ginetta Junior Championship. Josh Rattigan wins the battle for second place ahead of Bailey Boyce, and Joel Pearson with a great drive through the order to finish 4th ahead of Tommy Pintos and Sebastian Hopkins, Tom Edgar, Freddie Tomlinson, Aston Miller, and it's Will Jenkins who completes the top 10. Will Vincent and Liam McNeely were 11th and 12th. Trenan Bettany and Georgi Dimitrov confirming his 14th place, that he will lose out on the Rookie Cup, but there's always next year. James Higgins and Joe Wheeler finish 15th and 16th. Will Rochford and Josh Miller, Rowan Vincent and Joe Warhurst. And to confirm that we got all 21 starters to the finish, that's a clean record all the way through the weekend. Will Aspen is there in 21st place.
That is unbelievable. I cannot believe that all 3 races, no DNFs. It's unbelievable. You know what? They are the best drivers on this package at the minute. That's a great result. Really is. Great racing and no retirements.
Yeah, it's testament to the race ability of these Ginetta juniors, but also their strength as well. They'll take a bit of bruising here and there, but actually on the whole it was very fair driving, I thought, throughout those 9 laps. 3 points the advantage for Bailey Boyce, and it's getting tight now, isn't it, because of these 4 wins that Tom Leben has taken recently. Josh Rattigan is there in 3rd, Georgi Dimitrov in 4th, ahead of Tom Edgar, Seb Hopkins, Tommy Pintos, Joel Pearson, Freddie Tomlinson and Aston Miller in 10th place in the championship. That is the Michelin Ginetta Junior Championship done and dusted. We'll be back right after this.